What's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm the Toy Sheik, and on today's episode we're cracking into the top 20 best vintage Ninja Turtle figures of all time. Obviously this is going to be, in my opinion, the figures I grew up loving, playing with. Your list is probably going to be different, so please comment below. Let me know who's your top figure. We're not going to waste any time on this one. Let's get into number 20. Let's go. Alright, so we're going to start at the bottom, work our way up. They're all bangers, but someone's got to be at the bottom. And all the figures on the list we're going to show off here today. They're my childhood ones, the ones I played with in all my wars, all my imaginary battles and communities I built. These were the actual figures. I do have them sealed as well, but it was hard enough to find these ones. So just enjoy what you get this time. But we're going to speed through these real quick and start it off at number 20. The walking death hazard. He's definitely not getting employed by anyone anytime soon, and that is the Madman, the Boss, Super Shredder. Secret of the Use came out. We're loving it. Him as well as the Ninja Turtles. Once they came around, they were kind of my quintessential figures I was using. I never really liked the old Shredder. His crouch position really like hindered him in play, so he's always like a background character. So it was really nice to finally have a legit boss level character that I could always use in every battle. He was always in it. I love this figure. Number 19. I love the design of these figures. They're always one of my favorites coming out, and I still think they're some of the best Ninja Turtle figures. And that is going to be the Ant with an Attitude Anthrax, coming at the kind of the end of the line. They were doing a lot of crazy character design. I always love anything that are insects and whatnot. I've always loved this character. His four arms kind of hindered the things that you could do with them in play. So he was always in my battles. He was definitely one of the top generals laying back, but he definitely wasn't played with very much. But his colors pop. They look awesome on card or without, and he's just an amazing figure. As well as the next figure, this Slithery Scoundrel. He would always go together when I would play these two, and that is going to be Scale Tail. Still, I think one of the best Ninja Turtle figures design-wise created in the entire line. He was one of my favorites. I wanted both of them. We never found them in a store. We did get them for Christmas. And the same with Anthrax. His four arms, although the designs are awesome with the tail as well as the four arms, but it kind of hindered the play with them when I would use them back in the day. So I would use them, but they were the top level bosses, and hence why they're all complete. They're all in really nice shape because I barely ever like use these guys. So these ones are really great. I love these figures so much that I didn't want to play with them. So yes, that's a good roundup. That's a good roundup. All right, coming up next, number 17, and one of our first dramas of the show. It's going to be the legendary samurai master by Sakai, the John Wick of TMNT. Yosaki Ojimbo, you guys all love him. He's amazing. So many great versions of this character in modern times that we can own. I love him so much. He has got the shit kicked out of him. I don't know where any of his armor is. His ears are gone. They just dematerialized in the toy box because they just weren't there anymore. Who the hell knows that is? Most of his weapons are gone. There are a couple different variations. You can get the light version, or there's kind of a grayer colored one, a little bit more gray speckled in there. But I don't know what this one is because he's dirty as shit. This is yeah, this figure's been through it. He was in everything. This figure's amazing. This is always one of the best. So that's a classic. He needs to be repaired. No good there. But coming up next, I love the reptiles. And I mean, wait, there's a lot of animal. There's a lot of reptile characters and turtles. So anyway, I love the frog guys. And Genghis Frog being one of my favorites. He was always playing with Mikey, Mondo Gecko, Genghis Frog. What I love about turtles is there's so many great characters, whether good or bad. That design-wise, they just looked amazing, and I think that's why the line is so great to me. Even like, I usually go towards more of the villains because the designs and stuff are so cool for most of the villains, but turtles, they just kind of hit it all around. I noticed that as I'm going through this. But Genghis Frog, so many different variations you can get out there in the package of him. Bronze belt, black belt, grenades off. It's a whole thing. I'll do a show on it one time. But this guy is amazing. Love Genghis Frog. He's great. Great versions of him in modern times. All right, number 15. a figure near and dear to my heart. We got this one long ago at Universal Studios. Me and my brother went, we saw a gigantic wall of all the Ninja Turtle figures, brand new, that we'd only seen on the back of card backs. My mom said you can have one from there. And I even remember at that time that they were pretty expensive. It was at Universal, so they were probably like $12 back then for a freaking figure. Who knows how much they were, but too much. We only got one. I picked Ground Chuck and my brother picked Dirtbag, and this is the character right here. Those two I always had to play with together, so I always took this figure from my brother to play with. This is his actual one, he gave it to me. This figure was in everything. Him and Ground Chuck were in like almost every mission that there was. I love this guy. The thieverous quadruped, if you will. Oh boy, this guy. Awesome design. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, coming in at number 14, our second and one of the worst dramas that occurred. This disgusting mass of walking flesh. This thing would be a nightmare if it was real life. And that is going to be a lot of you guys' favorites. Mutagen Man. Fantastic figure. You pop this top off here, fill him with water, and watch his guts float. He's awesome, but check this out, guys. Oh, there's his arm. I picked him up out of the toy box, and his arm just fell off. This one pretty much is gonna fall off if I even look at it wrong. There were another figure, Mutagen Man, that I did have in the box. It was like my brother's, and it was all the way in pieces as well. So this figure is pretty gummy, definitely the most gummy and broken down plastic wise out of all the turtle figures that I have in the collection. So be careful with your Mutagen Mans. The plastic on them is not too great, so I'm afraid to even touch him. But this figure back in the day was fantastic. I mean, he was haymakers from all hell, just boom, boom. I was killing it with this guy. He took a beating so many times, he got punched in glass, never could break that stuff. Great, great figure. Number 14. It's a bummer though. That's a bummer. But that's not the worst of the drama that happened today. We're in to number 13. Even better than Genghis Frog. Like I said, I love the frogs. I love the toads. I've had tons of them as pets. And this one, not a pet, that I think I'd want to have the bodacious Bonafrog, Napoleon Bonafrog to be exact, even with his little buddy here. Anybody with the buddies, you definitely, I mean, these guys are still expensive today. Who kept those? Everyone loved the buddies. We still love them today, but I love this figure, and there were two variants. A dark skin, a dark spot, as well as a light spot, and this is gonna be the light spot. This is the one I got. Me and my brother both got them for Christmas. I actually forgot to get the dark. I didn't even know it did this. What? I didn't. Woo! There's a light on it too? Look at that. There's like a light on it. A Game Boy watch. Oh my gosh. I just opened it up to put it on for this video. I didn't. Why is it going off at 8:16? That is really weird. I know I set the time when I took it out of the thing. I somehow set an alarm for 8:16. Okay, well, we learned something new on this one. Sorry about that interruption. Back to our regularly scheduled program. So, yeah, I was gonna show you the dark skin one, but I forgot it in the box and I'm not getting it out. So there you go. That's that one. Moving on to the next. What are we at? Number 12. Number 12, the Tech Genius, and coming in with one of the classics, one of the greatest action figures ever created. It's going to be Donatello, the original Squishy Head Fan Club. This is the jam. Oh, look at his belt. It's all janky and stuff. This is the actual one. I played with him so much. I have all the turtles, the classic design wise. Very, very, very cool. Amazing figures. These are, you definitely have to have these if you're a turtle fan. But Donnie was one of my favorites. He was in everything. Man, these colors, everything just pops. I love this figure so much. Very, very cool. Coming in at number 12, and now coming in at number 11, he's the Batman of the Ninja Turtle world. And that is going to be Wingnut and Screw Loose. I guess he's the Batman and Robin. I love the NECA versions where you get a larger version of the Screw Loose, but this figure, I want it so bad on the back of the box. I remember I was looking for him forever. I believe I got him for Christmas, but also he is the first figure that kind of really started my like Ninja Turtle carded collection. Way back when my brother wound up getting me for Christmas, and I still have him. I actually need to upgrade it because his gun has fallen off in the package and drives me crazy. But the fun part that drives me crazy about this figure right here is these awesome wings that make him look really, really awesome when you put them on. I used to play with them all the time as they go on, but look, they just fall off. They don't even snap in the hole in any way, shape, or form anymore. I don't know what happened there, but that sucks. He's not broken, but he won't stay together anymore. I used to play with him all the time, just flying around, and now it's just like, yeah, we're old, but his paint and stuff looks great, and Wingnut is coming in at number 11. Best Ninja Turtle figure. Alright guys, before we get into the top 10, I got a couple honorable mentions. I just couldn't leave them out of the list. They were used in everything, every time I played, but I had to narrow it down to 20. So there had to be some cuts, but everyone had these. If not, you had a form of them that you were definitely using in whatever you were imaginating at the time. So we're gonna go with these classic characters, these brute forces of mutageness, Bebop and Rocksteady, the originals. Right here, man, these guys were in everything. They were just beating up on stuff. These are the originals here. Drama story, worst of the bunch. So this one here, as you can see, he was beating the crap out of stuff back in the day, but he didn't win this fight today, as that little hand just came right off as I lifted it up earlier today. And so it's really great since this is a pink face, soft head, first run, rare ass Bebop in great shape, but it's fine. It's from my personal collection. I'll never get rid of it. My childhood ones. I'll just glue it together. But it still sucks. It still kills me. But my Rocksteady is looking great. Soft head. Ooh, look at that squish. That's really, really nice. He's always just... This figure, like both of these figures, man, just that original first wave of figures, awesome to just have on display, collector's item. And that, honorable mention number 1. The second one, like I mentioned, as we went with number 20, Super Shredder, I said I always played with the Turtles, and we got to show off the movie star Ninja Turtles. They were my jam. I love their little leathery skin, their real feel, fleshlight. I mean, once I had a feel of the skin, I couldn't go back. It's like we're having real turtles in your hand. These are real reptiles, Mom. I don't need real turtles. Yeah, these were great. They were in everything. So they kind of took over using my vintage turtles and whatnot. Raph is missing his belt. Who the hell knows where that is anymore. Leo's up there on the bike, rocking it. Donnie's missing his bandana in the back. Mikey, still looking good, but his belt, he's rocking that gangsta style, bro. I love these figures. So honorable mention, you guys either had these or the vintage turtles, whatever you're using for your turtles, or maybe some of the undercover turtles, but that's it. Honorable mentions, back to the show, number 10. Oh, it's gonna be a ton of good bangers. Let's go. All right, starting off the top 10. Oh man, these figures were definitely the ones on the back of the card back. You're like, Mom, please give me that. I have to have this figure. And of course, you never found them, but we got a lot of these ones for Christmas, including this figure. Who they need a new modern version of this one. Gonna go with Worm for number 10. This tapeworm anamorphosized into real life. A tapeworm is freaking disgusting. This is in real life just walking around as a tapeworm. Oh, that would be so gross if you really looked at them on pictures. You got the classic everything, 1 foot out. He comes with little worms in his mouth. You can pull his eyes back and his eyes pop out. I love this character in the Archie comics. Absolutely fantastic. Completely different design. He's very yellow and stuff, but he's always one of my favorites. His colors, one of the best on card, out of card. This figure, amazing. Definitely one to have on the shelf. He draws a lot of eyeballs there. And going into the next one, that mutated mound of rotting garbage, disgusting oozing pus man, this Muckman. I mean, do we need to say anything else? Who's better than Mutagen Man as Muckman? He's garbage that walks around. You can take his head off here, put the ooze down in there of any kind that you have, doesn't matter which brand, you just throw it in there, it comes out of his mouth. Plus you got Joe Eyeball, his little buddy, another little buddy, a hole in the back where it comes out of his stomach. Absolutely fantastic. This figure is amazing in modern times. A lot of different versions to pick up, looks great on the shelf, but even back in the day, just like all the detail that wasn't done on this figure but was put into the sculpting, chef's kiss. One of the best design figures in the entire line, no doubt. Sculpt wise, absolutely mind-blowing. Very good in Toxic Crusaders as well. So coming up to the next one, Oh man, the devilfish, the color changing chameleon of the sea, Ray Fillet coming in number 8, I do believe. This figure, amazing. A lot of different variations that you could get in the box with his chest color. He does change color when he goes into, what is it, cold water, I believe? Temperature changes him, so if it's really hot, it'll change. But also, a lot of them out of the box are pretty sun faded now on the chest and whatnot. Even on hard, if you don't keep it out of the sunlight, you definitely will get faded on that as well. But one of the, color changing gimmicks are always amazing, and the look of this figure is absolutely wonderful as well as the modern versions of this character. Some of the best figures they're making today, Ninja Turtle wise, are of this character. But Ray Fillet, he was in everything. This is one of my heroes that was kicking ass in all my shit. So very, very nice. Coming in at number 7, my favorite turtle of all time, and it's going to be Michelangelo. Like I said, all the originals are amazing, but this one, this is the guy. Me and him went on so many missions. He is my Woody to the Toy Story. I mean, he kicked I bit his little thing off. I was just gnawing on that. This guy's been, if you had to pick one toy out of everything you had to grab, it would definitely, I would keep this guy in the apocalypse like in my pocket. This is the dude, the party dude. I love Michelangelo, and I'm glad to see where the stories went with him in the future and whatnot. Great character, great figure. One of the best designed action figures ever created. You argue with me on that. This is amazing. So yes, number 7. The only reason he's not higher because there's so many ridiculous looking figures that are coming up, including this next one, the Exterminator, who puffed on a little too much of his own product. We're talking about Scumbug. One of, again, amazingly sculpted figure. I love insects, so he's always been one of my favorites. He just looks cracked out on his thing. He's missing a few of his pieces. You do have a few variants. You have the black boot as well as the green boot. Versions you can pick up. He's mixing a few of his hoses, and I have all his little bugs he comes with, kind of like Worm. You can put all around, but they're in a baggie. So Scumbug, awesome looking character. Just they killed it with the designs in so many ways, including this next one, number 5. We talked about Dirtbag way back when. Well, the top dog of them all is gonna have to be that bruiser of a bovine. Oh man, Ground Chuck, baby. This guy, I picked him up in Universal Studios way back when. I've loved them ever since. Him and the Dirtbag, these two characters, these are the ones I played with in everything. These are the main generals. These are like Ground Chuck. I mean, he beat the crap out of everything. I would use his fists to just pummel things. There's one other guy that will show that did more harm than this guy, but man, still looks good. Paint's not too bad. I love this character. Just like a Terminator cow, steer, if you will. This, so cool. So cool. Number 5, absolutely fantastic. Woo! Getting into number 4, that dastardly dragon. That should give it away. Also, a crazy red color, just like Ground Chuck before. Number 4 is Hothead, coming in with that sizzle, that fuego. He's the fire-breathing dragon. Any toy line or story that has a dragon in it is always the coolest character. I wanted this guy so bad growing up. I believe we got him for Christmas as well, around the same time we got Anthrax and Scaletail. Like I said, they came out like, they're kind of like one of the last brick style figures that were new to be released before I started like releasing like variants and then Hotspot and stuff on the green cards. But these are kind of like what I remember us kind of trailing off on collecting the Ninja Turtle line like fully from our parents. But man, this guy is awesome. You have his little helmet piece. I never wore that with him or whatnot, but he does have the Motu Rattler style neck action that really made him tower over the characters. So cool. He was like in boss, and then like Super Shredder would be like after him, but he was like one of my top guys. That's why he's also in really good shape. I love this guy. I can't wait till they make a new version. Number 4, let's get into the top 3. You guys are gonna love this next one. He's so many of your guys' favorites. The evil stepbrother of the Ninja Turtles, and we are talking about Slash. I mean, there's no words. This is one of the best sculpted design, whatever you want to call it, figures ever. Especially in the Ninja Turtle line, but definitely one that pops on the shelf or whatnot, even if you're a casual fan. There are many different variants with the different belts, being the same, this pinkish color or whatnot. This is the black belt one here. This part right here, his bandana is often broken off, and you're looking for figures out and about. So this is my childhood one though. He's still pretty good. He's been through the thing. He's been in every mission. He's like my favorite. I mean, I'm just like you guys. There's only a couple figures that are better, and just, I love this. I don't have anything else to say. He's absolutely fantastic. Slash, number 3. Top 2, you get the bronze, sir. Who gets the silver? We talking about that top G, that prehistoric Triceratodon, and oh man, this guy right here, dude. This is the guy. He's the Genghis Khan, the major general of my wars. He was always the top man. He's messed up. His belt won't go anymore. I tried for so long. It just won't go. It won't stay closed. His tail's broken, which is common on these, but mine's wasn't broken before. His is now broken. Arms, just floppy as all hell, but he also has these heavy guns, which is just dope. When you have like 2 of these ones, just freaking rocking it, man. I talked about Ground Chuck, like just beating the snot out of people. This is the guy. Like, his fists hit so many damn things, and they still are good. This one's kind of skimmed up there, but this looks still really good. But here we go with the number 1 pick. The holy grail to some, but to me, always my favorite figure. That prehistoric Godzilla. This is it. The best Ninja Turtle figure ever made in the line. Shogun Shoei. Came out during the Ninja Turtles 3 movie line type of figures that were coming out. There's also a Shogun Triceratodon of him, which I've never even seen in person. Wish I had that figure. But this one, my brother always had this, so I always took it from him. Always wanted it. He also gave me this one as well. And I love this figure. It's my favorite figure that they've made. Him and Triceratodon. Obviously, I love dinosaurs. I was a kid back then, so the dinosaur characters were amazing. Also, why the dragon guy was also Hothead was also amazing. But yeah, he was like the top. So always kept him in good shape as well. The same. My brother always got like the crazy figures like later in the line, but he had like Shogun Shoei. He had Hotspot and whatnot. It's up there, so I was able to have those since I would always play with those as well. So yeah, we just always had those, but. Absolutely. Best figure ever. I don't care what you say. This is it. This is the best one. Shogun Shoei, baby. It's a T-Rex samurai. That's freaking like... Let's just mash up a couple ideas and here you go. Here's perfection. Would you like some of it? Yeah. Make this in a new version. Can you imagine that? If like NECA or Fury Toys... Oh man, don't get me started. Anyway, that's it. That's the countdown. Let me know which ones were your guys' favorites that you had as a kid. Who's your top 1? I want to know who your top figure is. If you can even narrow that down, that'd be fantastic. If you like this, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, come back for more. My name is Mark. I'm the Toy Chic. Mad love, geek out. I'll see you guys on the next episode.